So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another FIFA 15 video. This time I want a little bit of input from you guys. We're going to be discussing FIFA, what's going to be happening, what's coming in the coming months up until release, or next month shall we say. And a chance for you guys as well to check out another match that was shown on IGN. Some Liverpool against Chelsea. The presentation side of things here looking very sharp. We know that FIFA have the Premier League licensing fully this season. All 20 stadiums, the faces of players, and then the proper overlays and skins and whatnot. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about FIFA in just a sec, but before we get into that, I wanted to talk about what I'm going to be offering and what's going to be happening when the game does release. Now, a couple of people have asked me on Q&A Sunday whether I'm going to be doing a FIFA 15 career mode, or is it purely going to be just pairs and Master League. And I'm definitely going to be doing a FIFA 15 career mode, amongst other things. Maybe some online action as well, we'll have to see. But the career mode is going to be a must. Definitely looking forward to it. I did one last year on FIFA 14 with Atletico Madrid. It was only on PC though. I didn't get a chance to play one on PS4. I didn't get a PlayStation 4 till December. So it really took me a little bit of time, and I'd already started one anyway. So what I'm going to need from you guys is basically let me know who you want to see in the career mode. Now, I've narrowed it down to start off in the Premier League. Reason being, all the stadiums are there. The authenticity is going to be there. It's going to be a lot more interesting to watch. The venues are going to change. The atmosphere is going to change. And you know my channel by now. I want to bring realistic commentary, realistic football, played at a nice pace and enjoyable to watch. So I know a lot of people are going to want to see the Chelseas, the Arsenals, the Cities, the Uniteds. But let me know in the comments. I'm going to have a look at them. I know we've still got over a month till release, but that gives you guys plenty of time to get your suggestions in. Now, some people are going to want to see weaker sides, maybe even newly promoted sides. But the problem I see with that is I don't think the views are going to be there. People aren't going to be watching them because the big names, the big players, the new signings aren't going to be on show. I don't really have the time to sit down and play 3 or 4 seasons just with one side. What I want to happen is play one season in the Premier League, see how it goes. We'll probably start on world-class difficulty and see how that pans out. If it's too easy, I'll crank it up. I definitely won't go any lower than world-class. But then for the second season, if we had a great start to the Premier League, maybe I'll go elsewhere. La Liga, Serie A, Bundesliga. We'll have to see what happens. So that's the first thing out the way. Get the suggestions in the comments done. Let me know who you want to see and the reason you want to see them. If you want to see a newly promoted side, let me know why. Although it will probably be tough to do anything too good with them in the opening season or two. So the rest of the video is just really going to be self-explanatory. I wanted to talk about FIFA 15 and what's been shown at Gamescom. That's obviously now done and dusted in Germany. A great event. A lot of people go down there, get their hands on the game, a playthrough of it. The press come out. They give us the previews and they tell us what's looking good and what's looking bad. And I feel generally FIFA every single year, there's no problems with it. The press come out and they say the game's brilliant and this and that. And not everyone feels that way. A lot of people, they play the game, they pick it up, and they have qualms with it. They have a couple of things that they don't enjoy. But I think the press have got now to that stage where they just think the game's going to be magical, and that's not always the case. I've watched a lot of videos, and I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on what's been seen. Now, I know this isn't the full release. The game's going to change. We don't know which build this is. I would have thought it is a pretty recent build because EA want to show what they have to offer. They don't want to come to Gamescom and put out a very, very early build that has got problems and people are wondering what's going on. The first thing I'd like to talk about is the pace of the game. I think it looks quite fast. I don't know if this is purely a video matter or what, but it is very quick. The PlayStation 4 version of FIFA 14 I thought played quite nice on normal difficulty, or normal speed should I say. It played at a decent pace. Now, we know FIFA's not super realistic. I'm not sure if EA are going that route or not. I mean, they're trying to get all the licenses and everything, so they're definitely going for the realism on that front, as everyone would like. But when it comes to gameplay, I've never really understood, are they going for an arcade or a simulation? There's elements of simulation in there, and there's elements of arcade. We know that a lot of players, they turn very quickly, and there hasn't always been that difference between Ronaldo and Messi dribbling and someone like Skirtle or Glenn Johnson dribbling. So the speed is one thing. I think they will need to tone it down a little bit. It does look a little bit too fast for my liking. Now, I know you're going to be saying in the comments, well, there's speed adjusters. You can play on slow, you can play on normal, you can play on fast. But I don't really think there's a massive difference between the three. Slow doesn't seem to be that much slower, and fast doesn't seem to be really that much quicker. I myself like to play a realistic game of football. Now, the thing about that on YouTube, of course, is you want to have an entertaining game. No one wants to sit down, watch a match, and there's no goals, there's no action. It's just a bore fest. But the videos I put out now are very much highlights. I sit down and play 10-minute, 15-minute matches and get all the good stuff in there for you guys to watch. Now, graphically, has it taken a massive leap forward? Can't really tell, if I'm being honest with you. From these videos, they're not super HD. Some of them were played on Twitch, so unless I get my hands on the demo, I can't say too much about graphics. Now, the faces, yes, they've taken a step up. We've seen the screenshots. They look ridiculous. Hazard looks like Hazard. Adebayor looks like Adebayor. They look fantastic. And I'm just hoping this year, what with them having the Premier League license, that all the players look like themselves. I know Antonio Valencia last year on FIFA 14 looked horrendous. Looked absolutely nothing like himself. Just looked like a normal black guy going to a sweet shop. It was pretty poor for their standards. So this year, I'm hoping that all the players have the correct faces. And it doesn't look like it's taken them much time with the technology they have available nowadays. It's a lot easier to do so. So a couple of things that I've seen and sort of liked, or the look of, is definitely players look like they have a little bit more freedom on the ball. It's not so much glued to their feet now, especially when they're sprinting forward. It seems like if you can get in front of your man and make a challenge, that's going to happen. The first touch that was implemented many, many years ago now is hopefully going to be something that still plays an important part. You don't want the AI or any kind of player having amazing touches all the time. If someone's drilling a ball into you at a ridiculous pace, that control, that touch isn't going to be there. The ball's going to bounce away and you're going to have a little bit of trouble picking the ball up. Now, the ball has a nice little bobble to it. You can see here the passing. It's crisp, but the ball's moving around. That's one thing I noticed on Pro Evo. The ball seems to very much be stuck to the floor. It's not bobbling around, which isn't the case. In the real world, the ball does move. It does bobble up and down. Especially watching that Arsenal Besiktas game yesterday. The field was horrific. Absolutely shocking. And the ball was bobbling all over the place. That's always going to play a key part about how you play. Arsenal had a hard time. They're not used to that kind of pitch. They like to play the passing game, and they weren't able to. So hopefully when they bring these stadiums in this year, 20 stadiums in the Premier League, fantastic. But there's got to be a difference between the stadiums. Old Trafford generally looks nice and crisp. So does the Emirates and the Etihad Stadium. But then some of the lower league teams, maybe Leicester City, Burnley, the grass isn't going to be as good as the top flight team. So maybe when you play against Leicester, when you play against Burnley, it's going to be a bit more of a scrap fest. As much as you're playing away from home, it's going to be tough. And hopefully that big difference between away and home is going to play another important part. Watching that Arsenal game, as I said, there was no doubt that Arsenal struggled because they were playing away from home. The conditions were difficult. And we saw that watching the game. So if they can implement that further, I know they're trying to do that every year. The home and away fixtures are massive. But I don't see enough of that in the FIFA games. When I'm playing career mode, especially on legendary difficulty, and we know how much the AI cheats and is annoying, it shouldn't be the case that if I'm Man United and I'm at home against someone like Leicester, I shouldn't really have a hard time of getting the ball back because I'm playing at home. But playing away from home, yes, maybe it's a different kettle of fish. So I'd like to see that improved in FIFA, and hopefully that will happen this year. Now, we can't really talk too much about the game modes. They're kind of going to be the same as last year. They're just enhancing them further. Career mode, online, Ultimate Team. We know Xbox One's getting some exclusives, which still is kind of annoying that they still want to do these exclusive contents. It's just frustrating. We're all paying the same money. We should all get the same product. But we know it's a business, and it is what it is. But there we have it, guys. That was just a quick overview of what I've seen from the videos. Didn't really go into too much depth, but really I've got to wait till I get my hands on the demo next month. It should be out before the PES demo does release. And then obviously I'm going to be showing a lot more videos, giving you guys my honest opinions about how the game does play. Because watching and playing is two different sides of the equation, and it will always be like that. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments who you want to see in that FIFA 15 career mode in the Premier League, so we can get it running when the game does release next month. But until next time, be sure to subscribe for some more, and take care.